Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. It's been a long time since I've uploaded a video about a plant or taking care of a plant, etc. And I apologize for that. But today I have come here with a beautiful plant. I'm sure that all of you must have heard about it at this point. It's one of the most popular house plants out there, especially in Europe. Uh, I have seen this plant featured in art as well. I've seen it featured on prints like cloth prints, on cushion covers, etc. This plant is called Monstera deliciosa, and the name itself sounds so good. Uh, don't be fooled by its size here. This plant, if allowed, can grow up to 10 meters tall, and if it's allowed to grow wild, then it can occupy a lot of space. But the good thing about this plant is that it's very easy to take care of. I will make a separate video in which I will show you specific tips that I use to take care of my monstera. And the best part about this plant is its leaves, its heart-shaped leaves, which also have splits. As you can see, they have a lot of holes in them, and that's why this plant is also known as Swiss cheese plant, because of the cheese like holes in its leaves. And that is what makes this plant beautiful. I mean, it's so eye-catching. It's lush green broad leaves, you can never miss it, and it's easily recognizable. I love this plant. So I got this plant here in Sweden from Hornbach, and it costs around 160 Swedish crowns. That's approximately 15 US dollars, and it's in lovely condition. I really like the way this plant looks. It has a lot of young leaves here, and the best thing that I liked about this and why I chose this from, like, there were around 20 uh, different pots of monstera over there, and I chose this one because there are a lot of branches in this particular plant already. So each of these branches, they will grow a lot, they will have their own leaves, and I think this will become a very lush plant, a very mature plant really soon because of all these branches. So but what I noticed is that the nursery pot that it came with, although the size is really good, so if you have a monstera in this particular size pot, I think it would be something around 15 centimeter, this pot, 15 or 17 centimeter diameter. It's fine. You can have the monstera in it for about a year and it will be really happy. It will reward you with a lot of new leaves. But the thing that I did not like about this nursery pot is that the plant is already root bound. So if you see here, if I just tilt it a little bit, can you see the roots coming out from the bottom of this pot? And you see it's not just one root, there are a lot of roots that are coming out. And I think it is a good time for it to move into a bigger pot. This plastic pot here, it's 21 centimeter diameter, so there's enough room for it to grow for I think a year and a half at least, if not a couple of years. So I think it will really enjoy the amount of space that is available in this pot. Although monsteras really like to be, crowded a bit in their roots, so they like to be root bound a little bit, but not so much as you can see in this, like, because now it doesn't have any more space to grow, the roots have nowhere to go, so it's a good time for it to move into another pot. And actually what I do is, when I bring a monstera home, or when I bring any plant home, I let it acclimatize to my environment, so my room temperature, humidity, etc. So I let it stay in its nursery pot for about a week or so, until it gets used to its environment, and then I do the move. So I have had this for about a couple of weeks now, and I think it's acclimatized well, and I haven't seen anything going wrong with this plant so far. So there are no infestations. That is the first thing you need to do whenever you buy a plant. Bring it home, keep it in a separate area, so as you can just call it as a plant quarantine area or something, and just observe it for a few days or a week. If there are any insects in it, you don't want it to spread to the other plants in your home. So it's a very good idea to keep it separate for a few days up to a week, to see if there are any insects or not. And also you will see that the plant will really take its time to adjust to your environments, and it will be really happy later on when you move it to a different pot once it has acclimatized to your environment. So uh, what I usually do is, when I have acclimatized the plant well, then I usually press the nursery pot all around like this, just to loosen up the soil a bit, and then it just, the entire plant and the soil, if you just tilt it a bit, it comes out. Now the problem here is that since it's so much root bound, and you can see these huge large roots coming out from the holes in the bottom of this pot, if I try to do that, I will end up breaking these roots, and I really don't want to do that. I don't want to hurt this plant in any way, if possible. So I don't think that I'll be able to salvage this pot. So yeah, we just have to get rid of this pot. Unfortunately, nothing can be done about it. So I have a pair of shears here. They're really sharp, so it will be really easy for me to cut through this plastic pot and get this plant out that way. So let's do that. I will just make a few cuts around the pot, and then we can just try to lift the plant out that way. Success. So you see, all the roots are intact, and I haven't hurt any of them. So it's really good. Let's get rid of this. Okay. So once you have the plant out, uh, the next thing to do is to put a layer of soil in this pot. Uh, and I'm going to use two kinds of mix here. I have something called as leka kulor in Swedish. So it's nothing but clay balls. At least I think it's made of clay. And the main purpose of this is to help with the drainage of water in the pot. So the one thing that you need to be aware of Monstera is that it doesn't like to sit in water. So it doesn't like to have very damp soil conditions for prolonged durations of time. That will definitely make it unhappy, and it will cause root rot. And as you know, root rot is one of the surest way to kill your plant. So we don't want to do that. So what I will do is, I will put a layer of this clay balls in the bottom of the pot, which will help it in drainage. So this pot, it has holes in the bottom. I'm not sure if you can see here. So it has a good amount of holes in the bottom, and these clay balls, they are bigger in size, so they will not block those holes. So I'm not worried about them blocking the holes in the pot. So let me just show them. So here, can you see? Yeah. So these are really good. I really like them. So I'll just sprinkle a few of them below. Perfect. So you see? Just a small, just a layer will do fine. So it will really help with the drainage. Okay, let's put this aside. And then I have a regular potting mix, which is really good. I got it from Plantagen here in Malmo. You want to have enough soil in the bottom, and then you can place your plant and see how far it reaches up. So as you can see, it's reaching too much to the top. I don't want that. So I want to leave at least half an inch of space in the top. So what I will do is I will remove some of this soil, put it back. Okay, so let's try it now. Perfect. So you see what I mean? So there is about half an inch to 1 inch of space on the top. And before I pour in the rest of the soil, what I want to do is I want to loosen it up a bit. Just very gently massage it so it will loosen up the roots and encourage them to grow. Don't want to break anything, so just gently massage it around the plant, a layer of soil. I need to be careful not to bury the smaller leaves. I take care not to press too hard on the soil because I want it to be able to breathe and able to I want the water to run through easily. So I don't want to press too much. So just gently I spread the soil around. Give it a little tap so that the soil settles in. It's looking good. Gently press in the soil, not too much as I said before. And you can always top up the soil later. Like let's say after you water the plant, you see that the level of the soil has reduced because the soil gets compressed after watering. So you can top it up later. So one last thing that I would like to do is actually monsteras love to climb. So in the wild they hook onto tree trunks, other plants, rocks, whatever they can get a hold of using aerial roots that come out from the branches. So you can see there's a tiny aerial root that is coming out here. So what I would like to do is I want to give them some support so that they can hold on to it and they can grow higher. If you don't do that, what will happen is they will start to grow horizontally and then they will occupy a lot of space. So I don't want that. So I want them to grow straight up. So I will use these wooden stakes and just put them into the soil gently so as not to harm the plant. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please like it and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this in the future. I'll really appreciate all the support. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. Bye.